Alright, we're going to talk about some magic. And, look, we've got to establish something, though. We've got to establish that we've been taught that magic's not real. So we've got to get that out there. It's not real. Even though, what's in all the movies? What's in all the movies? Movies, cartoons, magazines, the news. It's in all the movies. In the series, especially Lord of the Rings. And listen, that right there is this. That's Saturn. Lord of the Rings. And then when we know this too, we do have to, if you're following along, people do read, but they read stuff on their phone. They don't have books and booklets, and more booklets and books and books and books. And they don't do that. This is what they do if they can be honest with themselves. That right there. And all that, whatever's in there is on here. In here. Because you've got people that's all they do. Their parents watched, 3, 9, or 12. Imagine that. But I mean, whichever station. You were born into this system of never questioning, the sources. Remember, wouldn't all these right here have a source from where they come from? Well, the source is this. Magic. Because the source equals what? Sorcery. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything that you're in is. And we understand too that Saturn, all these different planets as you know them, they're assigned different colors. And Saturn's would be black. That's why you have, and this is the real sorcery too. That's why you have this. Listen, this is why you have AC/DC back in black. And there's a whole lot more. You've got the group No Doubt. The name of that album was what? Return of what? Saturn. Yeah. Michael Jackson. On his cover, he's got the damn, it's him right here. And this is Saturn. Hey, I'm Saturn. And there's a lot more. All that has to do with Saturn. It has to do with Saturn. It has to do with magic. We're just going to say the word magic. Because there's different levels. The more you research, because you're just searching stuff that's already been there, you find out, like, you got groups of magicians and shit going at each other the same way y'all go at each other on who's right on which news station's right. Yeah. Dude, there was magnetic secret societies and shit a long time ago. And what I mean by that, it's like they knew how to harness the magnetism for power, for light, for whatever. And it's fucking crazy how much we don't know because we've been under sorcery, and we truly have. And I want to read this. This comes out of page 317 of Transcendental Magic. Elvis Levi. And it says, evokers of the devil must before all things belong to a religion which admits a creative devil, who is also rival of God. To invoke a power, we must believe in it. Given such firm faith in the religion of the devil, we must proceed as follows to enter into correspondence with this pseudo-deity. Then it says, magical axiom. Within the circle of its action, every word creates that which it affirms. Direct consequence. He who affirms the devil creates or makes the devil. What he's telling you here is this, is in your brain. Okay? If you say there's God and Jesus and the devil, then just listen. Because we create and make the devil, but we accept it. It says conditions of success in infernal evocations. It says a conscience at once hardened to crime and most prone to remorse and fear. Affected or natural ignorance. Blind faith in all that is incredible. An utterly false ideal of God. That sounds like what we're in right now. You know, and it does. And the reason I'm reading that part is because, look, this is another one of Elvis Levi's books, The Doctrine and Ritual of High Magic. You've got to get a visual of, there's a part in there where it talks about the lesser key of Solomon and gematria and femora and some different things, but it's hidden stuff. Testament of Solomon, the Book of Forbidden Knowledge, Black Magic, Superstition, Charms, and Divination. Oh yeah, and then you've got this one. You've got Fraternitas Saturni. Yeah. I need to be quiet, but that shit blow your mind. You know, and then you've got esoteric structure of the alphabet, which would be hidden structure of the alphabet, is what that's saying. And I'm just putting that out there because this is an example of how people have actually broken down words, because words are magic. It's all magic. Okay, let's look at this right fast. Okay, on your TV, you've got what? You've got channels. Okay? And here's you. And remember, the TV is actually Saturn, because it's a box, it's a cube. So we already know that. Okay? And Saturn, Satan, is the magician, even though God's the real magician. Out of the whirlwind, God in Scripture, that's real magic. No, man, it's not. Yeah, it is. It's ours. We have magnetic you're insane to think that y'all are just nothing at all. It's insane. Y'all have accepted evolution, dinosaurs. I mean, you're just some dumb people. So channels. So what do we do in magic? We channel in energy. We channel. So where is it channeling? To the brain. You know. And see, you've got the directors and you've got the producers. Okay, so if we're going to have the producers and then the directors, and then you can have your wizards and then your mediums. You know, whatever. Initiates. But your medium would be somebody in between, like the source. Remember, sorcery from the source. Here's the source right here. Although that's the source from the sorcery. You get what I'm saying now? And see, we can apply this. You put the pills right there, and then you put us right here. And then you put whoever down here for that. And where do the pills go back to? Because remember, this is not hard to find. Pharmakia actually means sorcery. So you're a medium when it comes to watching all this stuff. There's more with the TV. We'll just go over this again. So the more we consume of the source, which is technology TV. The source, that's it. It's in your living room. That's the source. It's part of the source, but it's part of the sorcery. Because through that object, that medium, that TV, here's the TV, it goes back to the wizards. Back to the wizards, who are the source. They're the source. It's just like the sun and moon. You know, they use all this against us, and truthfully, it was ours. And see, you go to court because you're what? You're summoned. Well, but what do they do over here in wizardry? They summon the dead. Yeah, because by default, your birth certificate that says commerce on it makes you already dead in a corporation, which is the United States. And that birth certificate only means that you're a livestock, piece of livestock. That means this. That means a livestock is an asset to a corporation, by definition, in red meat. So if we look at livestock, then chicken to Chick-fil-A is an asset to the corporation of Chick-fil-A. So when we look at the commerce birth certificate, we find out that we are the same way asset to the corporation of the United States as chicken. It's Chick-fil-A. Or cows to Hardee's. Or whatever. It's commerce. You don't understand that. You were born into a big magic fucking world, and it's not real, Matt. It's not real. And the magic is this. The real fucking crazy magic is you know, the ads, the billboards, that's the conditioning right there. The magazines, you know, the news. It's all this shit. It's everything. It's everywhere. And you don't, no, it's not, Matt. That's the magic. The more you see shit, the more it registers to the brain, just like a computer. And then that fucking shit, before you know it, you're crazy. You don't see all us. And truthfully, in reality, the majority is always wrong. No, we're not, Matt. Yes, you are. Throughout history. People try to raise up and say, listen, you've been fucking lied to. You're crazy. And it's getting worse. Y'all think hospitals are good? Y'all are fucking crazy. Y'all are crazy to take up for an environment that's sorcery, because the sicker you are, then the more you got to go get sicker because of the source. Remember, you're made of these. That's what you're made of. I don't understand. I can understand how people are so stupid because they think in their fucking head like, but you've been under sorcery forever, since you were born. You know, you go through 12 grades. There's 12 cell salts. There's 12 cranial nerves. 12 lunar ganglia coming out of the solar plexus. You know, 12 dorsal vertebrae. All this shit is tied together. The material is this that you have to build this with. And not anymore, because you've been under this shit your whole life with modified foods. All that. And it gets you sicker, and that's the magic. And you accept it. Because all you've ever seen is this, just fucking toys. That's the big conditioning thing. You get them little babies young playing with that shit like me and everybody. And it's concrete within the subconscious, and it's programmed. It's concrete, and there ain't no fucking way of coming out of it. Because the funny money, which is this, it's not even real. It's not real. This is not real. The only thing that gives money value is the more y'all spend it. And then look at what they've done. Here's some money. And they come over here, created a government. Where is it? Where is it? It's nowhere. There's a building, but what the fuck is it? Nothing. It's a money-making racket on every piece of land, not just here. And then they come in and never pay for any land and then charge you to not only buy the land, but to keep the land in your possession and not once ever paid for anything at all. And you have built the motherfucker you're surrounded by never questioning, always obeying. And that is the real black magic that Saturn fucking does, which is Satan. And that shit is ingrained in y'all's DNA. This is not something you will come out of overnight. Okay? So take y'all's pills tonight, go back and fucking laugh at me, but leave me the fuck alone and stay off of my shit. Quit talking shit behind my back because y'all are taking up for being hypnotized. That's real fucking magic, and I love you. And I have to cuss sometimes so I can break your fucking brain to where you're like, no, there is not. Instead of, okay, everybody, y'all ready to pray? Yeah. You go out and be saved this way. Fuck! They're all wizards. All of them. You need to get some of those books that I showed you, though. You need to look and see how they do shit. Because you already got a foot in the door with Disney. It's fucking ingrained in you. And that shit is pedophilia and all kinds of shit. And I hate to tell you that because it is. And I love you.